Yo, what is up, Jaded Ice gang? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Lon. Today we're going to be making our own version of Sticks by Dreamville.
Man, you stupid bitch! Hey, you lucky I don't want to speak on that.
This track goes absolutely off, man. This track goes off. Dreamville really bring the heat on this one, man. So this new track is bumping, man, but it's really simple. So today I'm going to take you through how to make basically your own version of this song. For the most part, it's a really simple beat. You've got the main brass pattern, which sounds like it's been sampled from somewhere. It sounds really dope. The other melody that comes in is a set of strings, so I'm pretty sure these strings are sampled as well. All of the texture that's in this sound doesn't sound like it's coming from a VST. What we're going to do is make our own version with VSTs and add different processing to try get them to that sampled kind of sound. The drums are really simple. You got simple as hat, simple snare, and probably the most interesting thing is the kick. So the kick really gives you that bounce in this track. The kick is where the kick brings the sauce, basically.
Yeah, I swear to God, bruh. I swear to yo.
The producers that made this track went for a bass instead of an 808. I think that's really playing into that old school sampled sound. So the bass could be sampled as well. It could just be played. The bass really fits the vibe that the track is in already. But here are your major keys, man. Here are your major keys for this beat.
The major key alert.
First things first, you got the sampled brass pattern. I'm gonna try to do my best to recreate some kind of brass that has those sampled kind of qualities to it. Second major key that we have is you've got some sampled string. These strings just bring life to the second part of the verse. It doesn't need to be intricate or complicated, just some notes to really bring that vibe. Tip number 3, basic but hard drums. So these drums are super simple. Like sometimes the best beats are the simplest beats because the artist has all their space to do all this shit that they need to do on the track. And the source for the drums is basically revolving around the kick. Fourth key is bass instead of 808s. So they went with the bass instead of an 808 and that really bring that old school kind of vibe to this track. Extra sauce for today. This beat hits really hard because of the dropouts, because of the drum dropouts. The drum dropouts that happen before the bar restarts give this track that energy. It really brings that life to the track and really gets you bobbing your head again when that verse plays. Alright, man. Let's get into this heat, man. Let's get into this heat. Alright, first things first, man. I'm gonna go try find a brass VST and we're gonna get to work, make some chords, man. So I'm gonna use Nexus for this one. Omnisphere doesn't really have any nice sounding brass. They all sound really synthy. If you have Contact is an awesome one for brass samples. That's gonna really save your ass. But I'm gonna stick with Nexus today. I'm just gonna go ahead and search brass. Let's see what we can find. It's a bit too flat, that one. That could work. That could work. The trill brass. I wonder if I can turn something off in here. Let's turn the delay off. Yeah, that's nice. I'm liking that. Try find some kind of chords we can use here. I like the A a little bit better there. Let's have like a little double note here. And then I think we add another one here. Let's see if we can take this E up maybe. Alright, that's sounding pretty cool, man. I wonder if it sounds like an octave below. It sounds a lot nicer lower, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transpose it. I'm going to take the key from A minor to something else. Let's see what we can find that's a little bit lower. That sounds cool, man. That sounds cool. Paste that in there and let's try and process this a little bit so we're getting that sampled kind of sound out of it. I'm going to go with the Cymatics Origin. You could just downsample this manually, but I like having a bit more control over where I want to make the cut. Turn the saturation up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add an isotope vinyl on this as well. So we're just going to add some warp depth, a little bit of scratching and dust. Now that's hard, man. That's hard. So first major key, some sampled brass. Check that off. Alright, man. So I think from here we're going to try find some strings. Something that sounds quite old. Alright, that sounds pretty cool, man. I'm gonna copy and paste these patterns over. Let's extend the second half. And then we'll go for a little drop down here, I think. Let's try thirds here and see if thirds will work well. Alright, so I think what we need to do is have this on the second half of the pattern. So we'll drag it over to like here. We'll copy and paste that section, and then we'll copy and paste this section here. Let's go back to F. I think F works a little better. Let's go ahead and get these strings sounding nice and vintage. So let's use Origin again for this one. I am going to just do the same thing that I did. Just find a good spot. That's sounding good to me. I'm gonna add isotope vinyl again. Get some wear on this. A little bit of warp depth and scratch. Try 1950 here. Nice, man. That's real dope. Major key number 2. Have some strings that sound sampled. Check and check, yo. So we're well on our way, man. What I want to do is get some slapping drums up in this now, man. That's our next key. Let's work on some drums, man. Let's work on some drums. Basic but hard, man. So this shit just needs to go off, but not be too intricate. So first thing I'm gonna do is probably start with the hats and the snare. I might use 2 snares here. So I like this ATL one and the Zone 6 one. So I'm just gonna layer them together like this. Let's just bring the velocities up on those. Alright, and the next thing we need here is a hat. So this hat needs to be a little bit lower. It's not your classic 808 kind of kit hat. This hat has a little bit more presence in like the high mids. So let's try find something. Something like this is pretty cool. I kind of want to see if I can pitch this one down a little bit. Just pop it in 2 steps. We need to get this a little bit higher, so what we're going to do is we'll just head over here and we'll take it over to F. Let's have the same roll on the second half, but a little bit lower. And what I'm going to do with this hat is I'm going to kill the tail a little bit. Alright, let's find a kick, man. That basic one's pretty cool. Let's go for a but-a-dum. Alright, that's cool, man. I like that kick pattern a lot. Alright, let's find a bass, man. This Dracula one's cool, man. So just gonna shift that slight bit as well. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy over the Nexus pattern. Let's try a little variation here. Let's try have the bass cut off on the snare. I want to see what this sounds like. So this should be on A sharp. This is coming along, mate. Bass instead of 808s. Check and check. Alright, man. So basically I'm gonna piece up this beat now and add that extra sauce. See you in 2 seconds, mate. Let's add a little bit more sauce to the kick. So we've got this beat piece together now. Basically we're gonna start with a 4-bar intro, drop straight into the hook from there, an 8-bar hook. Once we finish the hook, we're gonna move into a 16-bar verse with the strings. Then we drop out the strings for the last part of that verse. Then we jump into a pre-hook where we're just gonna play the brass and build the beat back up again. Drop, slam back into the hook for an 8-bar hook, back to a 16 verse, and then we repeat until the end for the outro. Really, really simple structure, but honestly that's all this beat needs. It just needs to be simple and it just needs to fucking slap, man. The artist is gonna fill up all of that space. So we don't want to crowd the beat at all. We want someone to be able to flow on it freely. So basically that's the beat, man. Let's get into this playthrough, man. Oh, let's go.
Jaded Ice.
Guys, you know the fucking deal. If you aren't subbed, hit that sub button, man. We're dropping new videos every single week. You really need to get on this train, bro. Hit that sub button, drop a like, drop a comment for your boy. I will catch you guys next week when we make some more heat, man. We out.